Sorry if you hear my dogs in
Uh,
the back.
you're
They're
good, man.
messing
All right, I'm
around.
I'm here with Adim. What's up, Adim?
What's up, Brad? It's good to see you, man. So good to
You
see
too.
you.
You too, guys. Adim is awesome. So he helped me get ready for like the Spartan Ultra Beast,
Yeah,
and oh yeah, um,
Spartan-tastic.
awesome trainer over at Rockbox. And you've been using Genie Rocket for a little while.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
long?
yeah.
How much experience do you think you have on it? How long have you been on the tool?
6 months. At least was using it 6 months and continuing. And it's definitely been like a huge backbone to the service that I provide to people. This world is such in communication, outreach, technology, right? And it's like the better you can do that, the higher value your service is that you can provide.
Yeah,
So with Rockbox, a huge crux of our service, because we're a fitness studio, but we also provide accountability coaching as well. And
mm,
I mean, if I have 300 members, it in the old modern sense, right, it's hard to be able to reach out to all of them, right? Because like, what do I do? Just like pull out my phone and start to text every single one. It wasn't feasible, right? So when I brought Genie Rocket on, we brought Genie Rocket on, man, it was a way that I could reach all 300 in my members like that. Simple as a button. Um, Even not even just the members, but then leads that we were bringing in also to become members. We could stay on top of that outreach. We could keep track of them. We even automated features to where I could put my attention and focus somewhere else, but that process still be going on the back end as well. So it's like nothing was slipping through the cracks. We were able to tighten everything up with that tool.
that's awesome. So it sounds like the one to many approach really helped with just how could reach out to multiple people at once instead
Oh
of
yeah,
like
and
just
one.
the one off text messages.
Yeah, yeah, and it was on a system too, right? So we just kept that going like clockwork, and the power it provided to help really impact people's lives, because it's one thing to say that we're gonna do this for you, right? But it was
Yeah.
another to actually be doing it in a way that was repeatable over and over, and it not drain me physically, mentally, right? So I could still do things like provide you with great training at 4 a.m. in
Yeah.
the morning.
Mm-hmm. No, that's cool. What about tell me like any measurable results like from how it either increased conversions from like a lead to showing up
Mhm,
for training or from
mhm.
like training to sales. Um, I'm kind of putting you on the spot. You don't have to give any
Yep.
specific numbers, but do you feel like that it helped increase those conversion rates?
Yeah. So I could tell you for sure, our closes, like it was such, like I think our close rate at one time was like 17%. After we started putting in Genie Rocket, it was upwards to 30, 40. And just again, for the pure aspect that nobody was falling through the cracks, right? Because I mean, we were getting in a flurry of leads, right? 5, 10 a day. And like I said, like myself, or maybe if I had 1 to 2 people on my team, it was tough to get in contact with all of those people, right? And be able to get them in. So like Genie Rocket just keeping us on track, our close rate was going through the roof. And then we had another factor that we measured, we call retention. So it's like how you retain or your members, on a month to month basis. A huge part of retention is communication, right? Like we're such a high communicative society. So again, being able to, okay, say like these are our people. We placed the tags on them, right? We had them in categorical buckets, and we were able at the click of a button, push of a button, reach out to them, contact them. Hey, when's your next meeting with us? Hey, when's your next class? So the response time was so quick. Our retention percentage was dropping. You want a lower sort of retention to speak. So like if we had 150 members but only two left, you had a very low percentage rate. It was like 0.75. Usually in the industry, fitness industry, retention rate is like 10, 11%. And I mean, there was months where we weren't even breaking 5%. And so
Mm,
that was a really promising thing that we saw with the Genie Rocket system. Yeah.
that's awesome. So it sounded like it was able to really help increase the conversions from just getting people in the door, and then also help
Mhm.
you retain, which
Yep.
are probably the two most important metrics to
Yep.
measure in a gym. It's
Hmm.
the new client acquisition and retention.
Yep. And retention. Yeah. Those are your two biggest. When you look at those two numbers, you know if a gym is doing successful or not, right? If they're closing sales, right? Our close rate was going up, but also if we're keeping our members, because we're not just satisfying them in the facility too, but we're a lot more involved just in their lives. You know, they trusted us, they felt us as a family just by being able to be in contact with them week in and week out. You know, it's powerful how a simple text message, hey, this is your Rockbox family checking in on you, thinking about you, hope you're doing well. You know, how much of a powerful driver that can be to impact someone's life and ultimately help them out physically.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk about if because you guys are using to another system, right? Like so, Club Ready. Most
Hmm.
gyms, like if we're talking specifically to gyms, like there's always multiple tools to use.
Hmm.
So what would you say, like if there is a gym or a club or a salon or spa, and like maybe they have a good system already for some of their point of sale,
Hmm.
how important is it that they have a tool like Genie Rocket to help them on that other side of acquisition and retention?
Oh man, it's essential because one thing I have come to understand about this world, especially the technological world, it's ever evolving, right? It's always on the up, right? There's like I feel like the next day there's new tech that you can use to help to optimize or increase the efficiency of your system. Um, Genie Rocket, you guys are top notch at that, right? With the latest, like when you guys came with the AI, the AI booking and things like that. Oh man, that was again that was just a whole new door of possibilities. Um, if you are still using older systems, you're limited by the capability of those systems, right? So it's kind of hard to progress and keep up. And it's something I've come to find out, if you're not on the front end, right? If you're not on the latest trend, you're falling back, you know. And so we were doing things like the chat GPT responses to frequently asked questions, right? That was helping for new acquisition. Also for our current members, like if we had to adjust the class times, we would just configure that to the bot. If somebody texted us at 11 p.m. at night, I'm obviously not looking. I can't expect any of my staff to be looking,
Yeah,
but the member still they still wanted a response and they got one. Right? They
yeah.
could say
So
they get a response still at 11
yeah,
p.m. at night at off hours, you know, and
so
that keeps the connection from them to us, you know.
yeah, that's so awesome. So tell everyone how the FAQ thing works inside a Genie Rocket, because
Mhm.
it's kind of powered by Chat GPT on the back end, but you can put
Mhm.
all those. Were you using the one where you could put all the FAQs
Yeah,
inside of
so
Genie
that's
Rocket?
what we did. So a lot of questions that we get, especially with the Facebook, because we started doing it with the Facebook and the like our Facebook and Instagram, so it would give that response. So a lot of the questions that we were getting from there, we just put it into the FAQ section in Genie Rocket. So if somebody was texting like, "Hey, what are your hours?" so to speak, we had that response ready. Or if it was like, "What is Rockbox?" we had that response ready, you know. And it again was real helpful because it can answer questions quickly and efficiently. And then again, we would use that to, okay, come in and find out more, you know, get the full experience, right? So they got their quick answer, but then we can still encourage them to come in and get the full experience of what we do.
Yeah, I love that. So thanks for sharing that, Adim. So if a gym owner was on kind of the fence of like using Genie Rocket, what would you tell them?
Get on get on board. Don't get left behind. Don't get For me, that's don't get left behind because I think too many of these fitness businesses don't do well because they're still on what was like older models, what was or older methods, you know, of how to conduct it. But the way this world is going, the way this society is, if you haven't integrated high level technology into your business, dude, you're in the Stone Age. You're in the Stone Age. There's, especially if you're looking at things like payroll, right? If you're like, okay, how do I manage these people that I have, but get the most efficient work out of them? The answer is right in front of you. Tech, right? AI tech can be doing so much at within seconds, minutes. You know, you can
Yeah.
have new leads booked, you got your new client acquisition, and you can have your current members be contacted and make sure they're making their workouts, again, all within minutes, where that would usually, you would have to dedicate to a person, right? And you're paying them however much in hourly payroll or a salary to do the same job a system can do in seconds, in minutes. So if you're looking to increase your profit margins, that would be a good way.
Boom. Well, you guys heard it here from Adim.
Yeah,
Acquisition, retention, increased
yeah,
profit margin. So get give it a shot. Like Genie Rocket has been an amazing tool. We actually have a lot of salons and businesses just like that are using it every single day, and we invite you to use it. Adim, thanks so much for your
man.
great
Thank
words,
you.
man. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Keep doing
Let
what you're doing. It's such a
yeah,
need. It's such a need out here. Seriously, please keep
yeah,
doing what you're doing for the sake of humanity, Brad.
yes. There we go. Insert some
Yeah.
claps. Adim, ladies and gentlemen.
Check me out. Rockbox, baby.